Hey, good morning, everybody. So I'm Björn, co-CEO at Resolution, and like every Tuesday and Thursday, we are streaming our stand-up meeting of the marketing team, and we talk 10 minutes roughly about a meeting topic or agile topic and so on. And the topic for today is costs of a meeting. And that's a super interesting one because a lot of people discussing costs of a meeting on different perspectives. And I found some interesting articles. And I also calculated a complete different way of how to calculating meeting costs. And I did it based on stand-ups. So what is a participation on your profit for stand-up meetings? So stay on for this and let's start into the topic. So let me share my screen. And here we go. So, okay, the first thing what I found is a blog article from Fellow. Fellow is a one-to-one meeting tool. I tested it, played around with it for a while. And I found this article, and this article exists from many, many companies in relatively similar ways. So, what is the point here? So, what they are doing is they're taking here as an example a brainstorming meeting. So, 3 participants, 1 hour meeting, and this meeting happens every week for a whole year. So, what they did, they calculated somehow a mix of the salary, setup costs, and so on, and they're coming to a point that the meeting costs are $173 per meeting. So, and then having this meeting every year is close to $9,000 costs per year. So let's take this as a starting point. So $9,000 cost for a year sounds a lot, but I think they miss 2 super important parts here. So one part is that maybe this meeting is super productive, and these are the best 52 sessions in the year because it's a brainstorming meeting, and they maybe brainstorm new features, a new product, new services, or whatever. And they earn with these features, products, or services a lot of money in the future. So then the $9,000 per year are a super good investment, I would say. And a second part, which is not calculated really in the cost. So let's assume the other way around. Let's say it's a bad meeting. And let's say these 3 people could easily have more or better productive time instead of the meeting. So this is not calculated in these costs. So means my feeling is, and my opinion is, meeting time or general time of an employee should be more seen as a resource. So when you put your resource on one thing, then you can't put the resource on something else. So, and maybe you're losing time, money, or whatever because your resource is at the moment blocked of a bad meeting. So, means it's not a complete picture just calculating the meeting cost because of these 2 things. So, I found a second article, Spotify. So maybe you have seen it. Spotify cut it in 2023 close to 500,000 events, so means single meetings in series. So they killed over 12,000 series meeting series, and a little bit with a time is money approach. And they implemented a cost calculator for meetings. And this cost calculator, I take here the example of a meeting. It's a 1 hour meeting here with 7 people. And this estimated costs are a little bit more as $2,000. So that's an interesting approach. So take it, and let's compare it with the $173, which are calculated here. So means these are 3 people. Let's simple do the math quickly. And when we calculate the 3 hour meeting to or 3-person meeting to a 7-person meeting, then we end up with costs of roughly $400. So means there is already somehow a mismatch of the costs. So $400 compared to $2,000. So means this could be driven from a lot of things. So I don't know exactly how Spotify is calculating it. When somebody from Spotify is watching it, I would love to have a meeting to talk about your calculation and so on. But maybe they're taking things into account, what I mentioned earlier. So loss of productivity, spending time on better things, and so on. Um, there are other meeting calculators, like here from the Harvard Business Review, where you simple can do exactly the same. Let's do it. 1 hour meeting, 7 people. Then I need to select some salaries. Let's put here 7 people in it. And they are saying, okay, also roughly $400 per meeting. So it means similar calculation like in the first article. But again, what I said already, this is leaving out a lot of important points. And let's jump to these important points. And I'm running a little bit quick through it. I will do a longer video in the future about the calculation, and I'm really looking forward to your feedback to this. Okay, spreadsheets. I love spreadsheets. So let's take an example company. We call it the best practice company. And let's assume this company is really doing everything 100% correct. So we have 100 employees, an average salary or average cost of employee, including all the stuff of 100K, makes a cost of 10 million, and they're generating a revenue of 30 million. So it's an amazing revenue and amazing profit of 20 million here. We ignore all other costs for this calculations. I'm not calculating 52 working weeks. I'm calculating 48 just because of vacation, bank holidays, and so on. So when you strip it down on a couple of costs, then you can say, okay, the revenue per employee per week is a little bit more, $6,000. The cost per employee per week are $2,000. I can do the same per hour. Makes a profit per employee of roughly $100 when you calculate revenue minus costs. When I now strip it down to a classic stand-up, 15-minute stand-up, then I'm coming to costs of $13 and a revenue of, is it correct? Yeah, it's correct, of $39. So this means the costs of stand-ups per employee per year for the 48 weeks are roughly $3,000. The revenue which is generated when it's a 100% per stand-up, people align perfectly, they adjust the plans and so on. So a stand-up meeting has really 100% value. Then the generated revenue for this employee alone is $9,000 because he's participating in the stand-ups. So now let's do the math for all the employees here for the whole year for the company. So means having 100% productive stand-up meetings has a participation of the overall profit of over $600,000. That's our calculation base. So what happens now when we change the number? Let's jump to a company who has no stand-ups or long stand-ups. And a little bit for simplification, I simply multiplied the costs, not for a 15-minute stand-up, with 4, because I assume a stand-up takes an hour. This happens in a lot of companies. Also, customers from us said they have sometimes much longer stand-ups. So it means we are taking the hour on average, or we're saying they have no stand-ups, but it takes them 4 times more effort to create these alignments with Slack messages, one-to-one meetings, reading emails, reading meeting protocols, and so on. It's maybe not 100% correct, but this calculation also works when it's just 50% of the truth. So when we're calculating this same calculation, then we are ending up with a negative share on the profit of this meeting or no meeting culture with a minus 300K. So this is already really bad. And when we compare it to what is achievable, to the best practice company, the shining star, so then we are talking about nearly $1 million negative impact of these behavior alignment behavior. Let's do another example, bad stand-ups. So bad stand-ups, I said here, okay, the company has also stand-up meetings for every employee and so on. It also takes 15 minutes, but I shrink the value from 100% compared with the best practice company to 20%. So why 20%? When you have a stand-up, and very often stand-up meetings, people just hearing things, then they are getting only 20 to 30% of what is shared. Let's also add a little bit multitasking, Slack messages and email to it, and then we are on 20%. The beauty of it, you can measure in your company the 20% perfectly with surveys with your employees. So do a survey every quarter, every half year, every year. What is the value of stand-up meetings for you? Put it somewhere in a percentage, and then you can play around with these numbers. So also here, when we take this into account, it has still a negative impact, not so big like in the previous example, minus $125,000. But compared with the best practice company, it's still 750K. So amazing, huge numbers. Now let's take, in addition, into account the company who improved the stand-up. And I said here, okay, not 100% to the best practice company, but let's say 80%. And the 80% are coming from sharing it visual, having a protocol, all the stuff what we are doing with the NASA Not Another Standup App. So when we're going here to the result, we have a positive impact, not the 650K, but we have a positive impact of 437K of these stand-up meetings. And when we compare now the improvement, or if we compare now the improvement from this 80% good stand-up behavior to the two examples before, the bad examples, then the profit improvement or improvement of the profit impact is somewhere between $500,000 and 750K. A super interesting point is here, it's not really changing when you change the profit of the company. When I do the profit of the company just 5 million, because it's a lot of cost calculation in here, then these numbers are not dramatically shrinking, but I will talk about this in a longer video. Okay, good. Let's jump into my stand-up preparation. So let me share the screen a little bit different here, that you can see the full stuff in the preparation. Here we go. And I do it a little bit bigger for you. So let me quickly check something. Okay, so a little bit bigger here. So so what was done yesterday? So yesterday was a video recording day. I had a couple of recordings together with Tian. So they are done. I need to hand over them now to Steffi for the post-production, but I forgot to maintain my Jira issues here. So I'm doing it now in my stand-up preparation, like always. And I had a longer meeting with Sebastian, talked about the Umano user journey and so on. So what is my plan today? A couple of meetings today. There is, again, a marketing meeting, our weekly marketing meeting. Everybody knows it. Normally, I don't need to mention it. We're having also a meeting about LinkedIn and CRM sync for a tool with Tian, Hui, and Fredi. I have another meeting with the NASA team with Ira, with our UI and UI designer, because we had yesterday a beautiful brainstorming about new features and so on. So let's say this is also done. And then today I need to do a little bit more research on a video storage. I want to record a new tutorial for NASA today, so it will be an interesting day, definitely. And I still need to do these production. Why is this done? It's definitely not done. It's in progress. I started with that. So, and the post-production for the Beyond Team video is still ongoing. So a never-ending task, but it's a very long video. So it takes a lot of effort for doing it. I don't add more context for it because I'm already a little bit late. Here we go. And now I can't see the button. The sharing is over it. So enter the meeting lobby and lead everybody in. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Moin,
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, who is missing? Tian is missing. Okie dokie. But overall, we are complete. Then I would say, let's start into the meeting. Let me share my screen again. So, user-based stand-up. And here we are. So, yeah, as explained in the preparation already yesterday, we finished the recordings on the Monday.com tutorial, also an additional HubSpot thing. So, Steffi, I still need to upload it. I have the SD cards here with me. And will upload it to OneDrive so that you can start with the post-production. That will create also the issues for that for you. And I had a longer meeting with Sebastian. He had yesterday his first day about the Umano user journey. My plan today is we have the marketing meeting. We have a meeting about LinkedIn and CRM sync later, Hui, Freddy, and Tian. And I have a meeting with Ira about a couple of new NASA features for the question-based stand-up. And I want to do recording for a NASA tutorial. And Steffi, our research on video storage, I started yesterday a little bit with that. I think I'm close to a solution. And then I'm still working on the post-production video bureau and team, like every week. So it's a never-ending story here.
I feel you.
Thanks for that. Ui. We can't hear you. Maybe unmute? Yes.
Yeah, I was on
There
mute.
you are.
So on Friday, we had a great meeting with Valiantines on our ITSM and ESM offering, and the feedback was great. And we are going to we need to schedule a follow-up meeting for trainings for the team. And then today, during the team meeting, I have a couple of things which I need the input on. For example, what kind of, if we are going to plan a webinar in September, and then the training days for Valiantes, and then also we need to make a decision on the logo colors for the partner page, because different partners are coming to me saying some partners have colorful logos and they want to they also want to have the original logo on there. So we just need to make a decision if we wanted to keep it all like in black color. Then we need this means additional step for Steffi and so on.
Okay.
I thought this decision was already made. So I'm confused, but I will check it.
Let's talk about it in team meeting, and then it's not such a big deal. And then also, yeah, and then just meeting with Björn, and then also do follow up for team and partner tour. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, good. So Kapi and Tian were somewhere lost, so they are now in again. Thanks again, Hui. So, Steffi.
So tiny. Yeah, I finished the Easy Agile video yesterday, so it's for you to check it. I'm working right now on the other one, the refined one. I'm not sure in the task it says that you want to discuss it, but I just started, and whenever you have time, we can talk about it.
No, I think it's already fine. Let me check the Easy Agile version quickly today, and then it should be fine.
I had yesterday a meeting with Andres about the required fields product page, and I added a blog post image, and I replaced the new out of office logo in one image. And today my goal is to finish the refined video and also start with the Umano one. And yeah, Björn, post-production, easy agile.
Yeah. Have it already
feedback. Great.
Here on the follow-up. Thank you very much. Rico.
Yeah, I had a very funny meeting with Freddy yesterday, and we discovered that the software that she has to use is not as user-friendly as we had hoped for, but we resolved it and it's all good. Then I worked on code optimization, threw a bunch of stuff out and replaced it by margins instead of having elements on the side. I'm still going through the details of it. I think I'm done with the legacy by today and just starting off on our cloud apps. And then from there, we'll have to see. At the moment, it looks like it's a positive impact, at least on the desktop versions. I'm getting a lot of green lighting there from PageSense. This is good. Mobile is a different story. We'll have to take another look at those once it's all set. Today, first thing I want to do, Freddy, maybe after the marketing meeting, we can talk about the timestamps. Then I received from Extra Fresh final assets for the current landing page. There was some stuff missing. Wanted to review the swag side and our website. Then we have the marketing meeting, and I'm going to try to incorporate some more optimization work today if I have time.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Thanks a lot. Reimer.
All right. Yeah, I had to relocate to just show my books because the connection outside was not very good. So yesterday I finished doing the graphics for the HubSpot article, so now it's ready for Tian to have another look to see whether the story makes sense and we properly show the reporting stuff. And then I can today upload it to WordPress. I also spent some time working with Michael on defining the specifics of the time zone selector he's building. And I wrote the copy for the Office newsletter, but it will need some graphics. So, Steffi, I'd like to, I need to spend time creating a briefing and then we can discuss it. And for today, I also want to start with the script for the out of office permissions. There's a small task pending for the Task Egg Timer blog post, and yeah, I have to prepare for the demo of Out of Office with the ATSM angle with Alex later today. Sorry for canceling that meeting. It's funny. It's a funny story because I actually went to the website of one of my old jobs, and the name is very similar to ITSM. It's ITM platform, and then I accessed a trial to just look how the tool works right now, and you have a similar name to the guy who's doing, sales with them, and I thought it was like a cold invitation to a demo from them. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'll let Luis Andres rest. So I
Okay.
canceled it because of that. But it's back in my calendar.
Okay, cool.
Oh, also for the feedback, Fabia created the survey for partners that we discussed with the self-assessment thing.
Yeah.
It's already there, so if you want to have a look, it's it's a Survey Monkey thing, so it's not like super pretty, but it's I think efficient.
Cool. I will check it. Sounds good. Cool. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Andreas.
So yesterday I had the meeting that Steph already mentioned about the required fields product page. I think there's a few things that we need to discuss, maybe in the sales and marketing meeting. And I'm also working or thinking about images that could be good for the hero. Then I uploaded the SEO impact of PDF, Power BI, and Miro to the Confluence page. I made some research and checked the issue that Cappy mentioned regarding the evaluations in our analytics. I'll be monitoring that. While doing that research, I think another issue. So I'm checking with Michael if this is like a real issue or is just something normal. Then regarding all the things that I had planned with required fields. I was not able to do any of this because the app was not uploaded to the staging instance. And Veronica was out yesterday, but now she's back. She already uploaded it, so I will work basically in all of these tasks today. Plus, I have the meeting that Cappy already mentioned with Alex. That meeting that Cappy canceled by mistake, and the sales and marketing, and I guess probably the cloud planning.
And there's quick thing. So Michael is busy today with the backroad submission, so perhaps you can discuss with him tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries. It's just
to let you know, because he will be super focused and in the flow for this. He may ignore your messages.
no, normally with these things, I let him to do it on Fridays when he's like more.
Yeah, sure.
He has more time. Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you very much. Jan, hey.
Good morning. Sorry for being late. I had some technical difficulties that I had to sort out. Yesterday, I checked the marketplace documentation. Bjorn, we already discussed the predictive search and search functionality a little bit. So I want to take a deeper look into that and see what we can do there. I also did the HubSpot for Jira and Monday.com for Jira tutorial video recordings. Steffi, I'll talk to you about those and just give you an update. As for today, I have a couple of meetings. We've got the sales and marketing meeting. We've got the link match meeting, Bjorn, with Huey and Freddie. I've got a capable marketing meeting and also a meeting with Daniel regarding a Monday.com app submission process. Then I need to finalize the Umano content for tomorrow's meeting so I can hand that over to Chris. And also I want to start creating a Monday.com for Jira arcade that we can put onto the product page. And as Jaime mentioned, I need to review the HubSpot for Jira reporting blog. And I think that would be enough to keep me busy.
Thanks.
Sounds like a busy day. And sorry again for yesterday ignoring your rest day. So
No, not at all.
I love that you noticed it at the end of the day.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Tian came to me when we finished the recording. So I'm going now back to my rest day. And then, oh my God, shit, I scheduled the recording on the rest day of Tian. But okay, good. Freddy.
Yep. Morning. I reviewed the Zoe bookings emails yesterday. Pico helped me there to change the logo, which was not as easy as it was changed in HTML. I checked on the onboarding mails again. I did some changes there. Then I replied to the onboarding emails I received feedback from. And Bjorn, we had a quick check-in regarding the event. So I recreated afterwards the Jira product discovery events and updated our Confluence page about that. Today, I'm mostly in meetings, like we have the link match meeting later, the sales marketing meeting. Then I have a check-in with Romain from our Team Week agency, and I'll focus on the blog post as we discussed yesterday.
Okay, and my classic one, Jira Work Management project.
Exactly.
Cool. Thank you very much. You sound a little bit sick. Do you have a cold or?
Yeah, I got sick overnight. I have like everything now.
Okay, good. Then, take a rest when this helps. So.
Yeah, I'll join the meetings, but I might not be very vocal.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. So then we are done. A lot of follow-up tasks. Thank you very much for joining, and then see you in the marketing meeting. Let's start in 5 minutes.
Coffee time.
See you then. Bye.